Hello, whisky lovers around the world. Jock again from Scotch and Folk, this time on location at Tullibardine, the distillery, and look around you, it's amazing. We're actually in the place where the whisky is maturing, and I'm here with Mr. John Black, and John is Mr. Black. He's the distillery manager, also the master distiller of Tullibardine. And if you've ever seen on your shelves, and certainly people who live in the Netherlands know it, John Black honey malt, then you wonder, how is it called John Black honey malt? It's because of this gentleman here, John Black. Welcome, John, and thank you so much for such a nice tour that you gave us of this wonderful distillery. And we're in here and we're smelling all of this beautiful whisky breath, which we have.
That's right, that's right. You're absorbing it in through all your pores and in through your mouth and your nose and everything under you.
Indeed, indeed. And you've just poured me a whisky from 1974.
Yes.
And it's been matured in sherry all that time.
Yes, just it's still in an original cask.
So it hasn't been finished in sherry. This is
no, it's from its original cask.
And it just gets better all the time now. It's cask strength, and you haven't measured the gravity, but I would say it would be late 50s,
that's
maybe
right.
60% at maximum, maybe 58.
Maybe slightly less, maybe 50. Filled at 63.5, so it'll come down a wee bit.
Okay. And you wouldn't think it, and I have put no water in it at all. I'm drinking it neat, and it's just...
It's so easy on the palate, and you just let it sit there and then swallow it, and really, really lovely. You know?
And could you tell us what distinguishes Tullibardine from other distillers? I mean, for example, the stills, the length, the size of them.
It's quite a unique situation where Tullibardine is situated. It's in the village of Blackford, which has been famous over the years for making ale or beer way back to the 12th century. And then over the last 30 years, it's been famous for its Highland spring water. So water has always been very important for the village of Blackford. The Oakle Hills, there's all the springs just across the bypass there, so all the water's piped down either to Highland Spring or to ourselves.
Yes.
And so that's quite unique. It's a lovely soft water. And also the location that we're in just now, we're right in the heart of Scotland. So it's ideal that the air's nice and clean, there's no heavy industry near so it's lovely, it's breathing, the casks are breathing in this air that we are just now, and it's great. We're in the vaulted warehouses actually, Tullibardine, and the temperature there, we don't control it, but it's nice and even. It goes down in the winter time and then gradually increases in the summer. So it's got a lovely, nice, even temperature, and it makes a lovely job of maturing the spirit.
Oh, lovely. And did you have any bother with this very hard winter that we had this past winter? Did it give you any trouble at all?
It did that. We actually had to stop production one evening because the water supply all froze up and the snow went over it, and we had over 2 feet of snow fell in one night. So transport, it was really quite unusual for here. We get snow and frost over the years, but nothing like what we've had this year. In saying that, though it was frosty and we had snow, we never had a lot of rain, so it's actually quite a dry winter, believe it or not. And if on your travels just now, you'll notice quite a lot of the burns and the rivers are quite low.
Yeah.
And this is because we didn't really get a very wet winter.
Yeah.
And saying that, because the winter really went on and on for quite a while, they're still skiing up in Aviemore today, and this is into the middle of June. The farmers were very late in getting the crops out this year because the winter dragged on. Not severe winter, but not a wet winter, but a cold and snowy winter, so they're struggling to get on the fields. And in the whisky industry, we depend on spring barley. So we look for a nice early spring that the farmer can get the seed sown, and the sooner he gets it sown, the better the yield is for when the harvest comes along. So it's been quite a struggle for the farmer this spring.
Okay, and your barley is always optic, yes?
The optic or chalice, we've used one or two brands, different varieties this year. More or less all coming from the same variety as optic. Very, very good yielding. At the moment, probably well over 410 litres per tonne. So it's a good yield from it.
Goodness.
Really good, and it's a lovely spirit that's coming from it too. The new spirit is really fruity and it's really nice, you know. Laying it into the good casks, sherry, first fill sherry casks or bourbon barrels, and it's making a great job of it.
Yeah, well, I've noted with this sherry, and as I've tasted some very young whiskey, which was, I believe, only 6 years old, yes. And then we went up and up and up and in age until I got to this absolute beauty.
You're hanging on to this one.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful, and even, you know, if I look through it, it doesn't want to come down the glass, you know, it's sticking to the glass. It's just so thick and syrupy. It's beautiful. It's like dates that I can taste in it.
Lots of fruit. Lots of fruit.
Very, very fruity indeed. And yours is very dark, huh?
That's the Sauterne finish we've got here, which we've taken the 1993 whiskey in the casks, and then we recask it into either Sauterne or Oloroso or PX, and we leave it for anything between 6 and 9 months, and we monitor regular to see how its colour is changing, how the nose and the palate is changing, and then when we think it's at the right stage, we then bottle it.
Okay,
so it's important to try and catch it at the right stage, not too long and not too short.
Okay, and well, lovers of whiskey, good whiskey or any liquor stores near you, if you just look for it, Tullibardine, you can see it on the film, and you can, if you look on YouTube, I'll just put the website up of Tullibardine as well, right next to us. And I'm telling you, buy this stuff, it's fantastic. And they've got a base range, which has just come out, and a new one, which is called...
The Aged Oak.
The Aged Oak, which is aged in is it virgin oak or?
Bourbon, first fill bourbon. Yeah.
Okay, and very, very affordable, and a beautiful whiskey. For starters, it's like breakfast. It's full of cereals, lovely, very light and easygoing. Other than this, which is a heavy whiskey and something that you need to sit down and contemplate. But any good whiskey stores or other liquor stores near you, if you find it, Tullibardine in the Netherlands, imported by Bresser and Timmer from Wageningen, just ask for it at the liquor store. If they don't have it, they can order it for you. And from this lovely place and from this fine gentleman, until the next time, whiskey lovers around the world, Slán Sivar.
Slán Sivar.